Hello, loves. It's Kat here. Welcome into your reading. For today's reading, we will be divining what do you most need to hear or receive in this moment. So, this reading is a timeless reading. So, whenever you feel called to tune in and receive the messages of guidance that want to come through for you today, it is the perfect divine timing for you to tune in and receive those messages of guidance. All right, love, so let's go ahead and just jump right in. So for today's reading, I am using the Tarot of Tales. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this. And while I'm shuffling, I'm just going to share some messages that were coming through as I was setting up. So first off, I was drawn to use this beautiful Phoenix stone here. And right now as I'm filming this, even though I always set the intention that these readings are timeless, we are coming out of the post new moon eclipse period. Okay, so we just had a new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. I believe it was yesterday, March 29th. So I'm filming this March 30th, 2025. And it feels like that solar eclipse hangover energy. Okay, and there could be a lot of chaotic energy happening in the external world. Okay, so just know that this is like post eclipse vibes. It's like right on with the energy of especially with it being in the sign of Aries. Okay, so there could just be a lot of intense things going on in the external world, and the connection that Spirit wanted me to share with you all with picking this Phoenix stone. So a lot of the times when we think of Phoenix, we think of the Phoenix rising. However, before the Phoenix can rise, it has to rest, it has to ruminate, it has to reflect, it has to grow. It has to go through the process, the internal process. And so with this post-eclipse energy, and with it being in the sign of Aries, okay, there's a lot of things that people are going to be projecting outwardly in the external, especially if they are not slowing down and tuning into themselves. Okay, so that is a big message coming through for you at this time and throughout this next week, is to slow down and tune in with yourself. This is not the time to be trying to embrace that Phoenix rising energy. It's more like this time to embrace the Phoenix sleeping energy and to go within and to sit with yourself, sit with your emotions, sit with your thoughts, sit with your feelings, and just tune into what's coming up for you internally. Okay, because if you start trying to connect with everything that's outside of you, it's going to build on that chaotic energy, and things are going to get a little intense. They're going to get a bit conflicting. And so just be aware of that. Okay, so that's the message coming through initially. But let's go ahead and see what our cards are for today. All right, so we have Four of Cups. Yep, look at that. Four of Cups. It's all about tuning into yourself. It's really about having like many different options, many different paths available to you. And then trying to grasp onto a specific path, but maybe you're losing sight of what's available to you, and you're looking all around you at all these other options, all these other paths, and what you're missing sight of is like what's right in front of you. And in this case, it's really like what's within you. Okay. And so we also have the Queen of Cups. There's that emotional energy. We have the Queen of Swords. Wow, we have two queens right next to each other. Beautiful. 10 of Coins. All right, and we also have King of Wands. Wow, so we have 3 court cards and the 10 as well. Wow, beautiful energy here. All right, so let's see what's coming through. Okay, so I'm getting a couple different messages here. Let me scoot these down a bit. So carrying off of what we said with this Four of Cups energy here, I'm seeing that there is like many different options available to you, many different paths that are available to you. And that's normal. Okay, Spirit's saying like this is kind of like the epitome of life. Like we have so many different possibilities, so many different things that we can choose to do with our time, that we can choose to practice. And there's like this very specific example or message coming through with this 10 of coins card here, where it's like there's something that you really want, something that you're craving, something that you're yearning for, but you're almost like expecting the universe to just let it fall into your lap, or like expecting others to make it happen for you. And you're missing sight, like you're missing this sight of it being available to you through you. Okay. And so this interesting example that's coming through here with the 10 of coins, because there's like a feast going on here. So what I'm seeing is like, it's a very interesting example here. So I'm just going to say it. So I'm seeing this example where it's like, you want to make dinner. Okay, you want to make a meal, you want to have dinner, you're hungry, maybe you waited too long, and you have all this food in your fridge, you just went grocery shopping maybe a day or two ago, and you bought all these ingredients to make this amazing meal, maybe your favorite meal, but you're like making up all these excuses as to why you can't. You're too tired, you worked all day, you've got to take care of your kids, you've got to do this, you've got to do that. So, you know, it's just easier if I just order in and do like takeout. Okay. And so say you do that. And there's like so many different things that could come of that too, Spirit saying. So like say you get in the car to go pick up this food that you ordered, and then you get really frustrated because you have to sit in traffic, you have to sit at the red lights, it's taking longer than it might have taken if you had just started prepping all the food that you have in your fridge to make the meal that you really truly wanted to enjoy and have for yourself. And then there's also the example of, you know, you order the takeout, it's delivered to you, but then you find out they overcharged you, and then you get the food and it's just not that great. It doesn't taste good. It's not what you were wanting. And again, it's like you had all the ingredients, all the fresh, natural food ingredients in your fridge, everything you wanted to make the meal that you actually wanted to enjoy and have for yourself, and you would have known exactly what went into it. There's also this element of energy, okay, with that too. When you're making food for yourself, you're putting your own energy into it, okay, versus when you're getting food from somewhere else, somebody outside of you, whether it's a restaurant, another person, even like a family member, they're putting their energy into it, and you may not know what type of energy they're carrying with them that day, or you know, when they're making that food for you. And so this can be applied to whatever it is that you're going through at this time, whatever it is that you're wanting to experience in life. There's something that you want to experience in life, but you keep like making up all these excuses, not seeing the truth of it, not really like taking that full you know, maybe you're like responsibility for it, and taking the action steps that you need to take with this King of Wands energy in order to make it happen for you. And it's like you have everything you need in order to make it happen for you. You just keep pushing it off, pushing it off, pushing it off. Okay, but you have the power. You have the power. The power is within your hands. You have two queens and the king here. Queens and kings get it done. They don't push it off and let sometimes they do push certain things off and let other people do it for them, but that's more like delegating. Okay, this is something where it's something that you have to give your time and energy to cultivate, to embrace, to embody. And then once you embrace it and you know exactly how you're going to operate with that energy, with that practice, with that person, with that, you know, job or project or business, whatever it is, once you know how you're going to operate with it and how it's going to operate with you, then you can start to delegate like a queen and king would, and pass off, you know, certain tasks and elements of this thing that you're wanting to do to other people. But right now it's really about you taking the time to work with it for yourself, to learn about it, to learn about how it's going to work with you, how you're going to work with it, how it's going to like take up time in your day-to-day, in your week-to-week, you know, and just like really how you're going to work with it. Okay, wow, that was a big message coming through there. Thank you, Spirit. That was a beautiful message. Let's see if anything else comes through. With the Queen of Swords here and the Queen of Cups, there's something here that's that's going to be illuminated very soon for you in the next couple days. Okay, there's something that's like going on in your subconscious that you may not be aware of. And even with the King of Wands too, it's like the King of Wands is coming over to illuminate what's going on in the subconscious. But you can see right through it. Okay, it's something that you already may be like a little suspicious isn't the right word, but like aware of. Like you may have this inkling that there's something going on beneath the surface, or you're just able to see beyond the illusion or the surface level of something, and it's going to come to the forefront. Okay, it's going to come out into the open, into the external, to be shared with others, with yourself, so that way you can communicate about this openly, and then sort of like move on from it. Okay, because there's something that's taking up like a lot of energy in your mental body, where you're just thinking that something may be going on. And so Spirit's saying too, if you have, it's not like if you have suspicions, but suspicions keeps coming up. So if there's something that you're just wondering about, or you want to know more about, learn more about, the only way you're going to know or learn about it is if you speak up about it. Okay, so communication is also being highlighted, and it's in connection to our emotions, because we have the cups right here next to the swords. So so this is highlighting that your like heart chakra and crown chakra, third eye chakra, are going to be coming into alignment. You're getting your mind and heart connected, okay, in alignment with one another. What's also coming up with that too is that you may be starting some type of like spiritual practice that connects the two. So like a daily meditation practice, also maybe paired with like yoga or Tai Chi or like Taekwondo, something that really connects your mind, body, and spirit to one another and gets you into that space of like oneness and alignment, okay? All right, so Spirit is also saying that even though we have this King of Wands energy here, this is not the week to be taking action just for the sake of taking action. Okay, you want to make sure that you're operating from the space of your truth, of your intuition. Okay, so make sure that you're checking in with yourself before moving forward with something, before opening up about something. Check in with yourself and ask yourself, is this the right time? Is this what I'm feeling guided to do? Is this what I'm feeling called to do? And if the answer is yes, then it's okay to move forward with it. Okay, but you don't want to take action from a place just to take action, or just to create some type of external result that you're hoping to receive or manifest. Okay, you want to make sure that you're in the right emotional and mental energy first. Get your energy right first, and then move from a space of peace, love, understanding, and joy. Okay, don't be doing things just to say that you did them. Do them because you genuinely want to do them, because you feel passionate about it, because you're excited to do it. And it brings you joy, it brings you a sense of peace, it brings you love. All right, but overall, these are pretty positive cards. So there is going to be some positive experiences this week, like some big positive shifts on a mental and emotional level. And then from that space, the physical is naturally going to match what's happening internally. Okay, so just make sure that you're coming back to yourself, coming back to your intuition, checking in with yourself, going into that sacred space of inner reflection and meditation, and then from operating from that space, and then naturally the external world will manifest accordingly. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and pull some oracle cards. So I'm going to use this deck here. I believe this is called Healing with, it's a whispers deck. There's the Nature's Whispers, and this is like the Healing with Nature's Whispers or something along those lines. I can never remember the name of this deck, but I will leave it in the description box down below just in case anybody wants to know what the name of it is. All right, so let's see what our oracle cards are. Got two, let's get one more. All right, so this one here. All right, let's see what we've got here. Okay, Okay, so we have hidden blessings. Yes. Yeah, hidden blessings. Control. 33, hydrate. We also have 10 and 26. I don't think I said the numbers there. And then we have 21, well-being. Okay. All right, I love these cards here. All right, so first off with this hidden blessings and control, this ties in perfectly with what we were sharing about the Queen of Swords here, where there's something that you could be a little bit suspicious of, or like wondering about, concerned with. And Spirit's actually saying, again, like it's nothing to be suspicious about. You can, of course, if you like are concerned, it keeps, you know, taking up space in your mind, go ahead and ask those questions, communicate about what you're thinking, what you're reflecting on. But Spirit's saying that there's something else going on. Like it's like almost like somebody's like planning a surprise for somebody. So maybe it's like close to the time of your birthday and they're just trying to get together something really special to gift you and surprise you with. Okay, that's going to be for somebody specific. Or maybe there's just somebody in your life who wants to do something special for you. And so they're like trying to, you know, do some things that seem a little bit secretive. And so when people do things like this, they can tend to naturally detach a little bit because they're trying to not spoil the surprise of what they're planning for the other person. So in this case for you. So if you're feeling a little concerned about something because somebody is detaching a bit from you, Spirit's saying that, you know, it's nothing to really worry about. They could just be kind of planning something behind the scenes that they don't want to like spoil the surprise about. And then there's also this energy where they may just need some time to be with themselves. Like I said, we are coming out of the post-eclipse new moon energies. Like we're in that post period of the new moon solar eclipse. And so they could just be processing a lot themselves and they may just need some time to be with themselves. Okay. So let go of this need to kind of like control everything and know everything that's going on with everyone who's in your inner circle or in your direct community or like in your family or your home, and just give them some space to process and reflect on what they're going through. And this will also naturally allow yourself to give yourself space to process and reflect on what you're going through, and to focus on the other things that you need to tend to and take care of within your own personal life. Okay, loves. All right, we also have hydrate here. So of course, make sure you're drinking extra water this week, especially after eclipse season. We're still going to be in eclipse season until the full moon in Libra, which is going to take place on April 12th. Okay, so we have about 2 weeks of that post-eclipse energy coming in, and doing the full closeout of that eclipse energy. Okay, and so you want to make sure that you're staying hydrated. Also in the northern hemisphere, we're in the spring season. The sun's coming out more often. It's getting a little bit hotter. It's getting warmer. So make sure that you're staying hydrated or drinking more water. This can also be a sign to take more baths. Okay. Maybe even like cold showers. Somebody may be starting to take cold showers as like a meditation technique or like a nervous system regulation technique. I'm also hearing like affirmations. So maybe you're using your water to speak affirmations into and then drinking that water. If you're not familiar with this, this may be something that you want to practice. There have actually been like scientific studies where water changes based on, you know, the energy that we speak into it or that you know, is around it. And so when you speak positive affirmations into your water and then you consume that water, you're consuming that energy that you spoke into that water. And you can do some science experiments yourself with this if you're feeling called to. Maybe this is something that somebody's going to be doing very soon, where you can speak the affirmations, like speak very positive affirmations into 1 cup of water and then speak all the negative affirmations into another cup of water and then freeze them. And you'll actually see the different water fractals and how they like freeze and form. So you can see how that looks, and it's pretty cool. If you've never seen it before, you can also look up some pictures or videos on it as well. All right, let's see if anything else comes through to well-being. Okay, focus on your well-being this week. Make sure again you're coming back to self. Okay, when you're getting too caught up in the physical and the external and things aren't flowing right, or there's like a lot of projection happening, that's a sign that you need to slow down and come back to yourself and make sure that you're tending to your immediate needs. Okay, like very basic needs such as drinking water, asking yourself, am I thirsty? Am I hungry? Am I tired? Am I listening to myself? Am I tuning into myself? Am I giving my body, my mind, my spirit the energy and love that it needs in this moment now? Okay, those are some questions to ask yourself when you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed or when things feel a little bit chaotic in the external world. I also just feel like there's like this highlight of focusing on your well-being overall. So again, like developing some new self-care practices or self-care routines, maybe a new fitness routine, new meditation routines, maybe even like connecting with new communities that better support your sense of well-being and like who you're like the energy of what you're trying to cultivate within yourself. Okay, so maybe you're trying to cut out like bad habits and replace them with more positive habits. And so there could be like this shift of leaving behind old communities for these new communities that are more supportive to your well-being. So like, fitness communities or like hiking groups, outdoor adventure groups is what I'm seeing. Maybe even like health food communities, maybe like specific health food groups or something like that. Even like I'm seeing like MLMs too. So somebody could be like joining an MLM and they're connecting with a new community in that way. Even like new jobs, maybe you're leaving an old job that wasn't serving you any longer. You just didn't vibe with it and shifting into a new job. There's also this energy of like leaving the workforce, like being an employer and to stepping into the role of being leaving the role of being the employee and stepping into the role of being employer, like a business owner. And then there's also this energy of like creativity coming through too, where you could be connecting with a more creative community, getting into the arts, which could be connected to like a passion of yours. Okay, so something like what we talked about with this, with the beginning messages that came through with the tarot, where there's something that you really want to be embracing, that you really want to be practicing. Okay, the example I gave with the food example about, you have all the food in your fridge, you have all the tools you need, but you're still ordering out and then being upset about how it came to you, how you received it, or what it tasted like. It just isn't the same as if you had made it yourself. And so again, there's something that you really want to be embracing, you really want to be creating, diving into learning more about. And this could be connected to like a specific community. And so by connecting with, like reaching out to community groups that already have wisdom or knowledge or experience in the things that you're wanting to learn more about can also help advance or develop your sense of well-being. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and look at some symbolism. So I'm so drawn to the number 33. So 33 could be significant to somebody there. This is also the number of support and angelic guidance. Signs, spirit saying signs are coming through for you this week. So pay attention to the signs, especially if you're seeing any like unique animals coming through, like maybe animals that you wouldn't see on a day-to-day or just animals that, people don't usually see. And then, this was coming through in one of my pick a card readings last week too, like bunny rabbits are coming out of their burrows, as we, dive into the spring season. So you may be seeing more rabbits. Let's see what else. We have like the cat energy here, the stag. It actually looks kind of like a bunny as well, like a bunny with the antlers on it. And then we have the cat energy, lynx energy. The butterfly symbolizes transformation. Blue rose, community and friendships. Also protection. So also Archangel Michael is coming through. All right, so if you're needing guidance or you're feeling a little unsteady or like you just need an extra sense of safety or protection, you can always call on Archangel Michael to come through and bless you with his blue ray of light. And that will offer you with a sense of safety and protection. Spirit's saying to share this with you. Something that can be really helpful is like just before you go to sleep, just ask, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, any of the archangels really, but Archangel Michael, to come through and offer you a sense of safety and protection before you go to sleep, and to have that be carried on with you throughout the next day when you wake up. So almost like doing like a miracle healing while you're sleeping. And then we also have the swan energy here, which kind of turns into the hawks as well. So swans are really cool. That's like a unique animal that we don't see all the time every day. So you may be seeing a swan as one of those unique animal messengers that came through. There's so much symbolism on these cards that's popping out. This usually doesn't happen. I'm usually just like drawn to a few, but that's significant to like signs. Signs are coming through. Okay, so I was guided to point out each of those signs because they could be significant. This is a general reading, and so any of those signs could be significant to you. Yeah, so again, not again, but I always say take what resonates, leave the rest. Okay, so whatever resonates with you, that's what's meant for you. We also have this rainbow energy. Rainbows could be significant to somebody. You may be seeing a rainbow this week. Maybe it's going to rain. We are moving into the month of April, which is usually like the rainy month. I'm hearing that April showers bring May flowers, so it may get a little rainy. You may see a rainbow. Somebody may be gifting you something with a rainbow on it. All right, and then we also have mermaid energy coming through too, and I think we're gonna close out the signs with the mermaid energy. That was so many signs. I wonder how long it took me to get through all those signs, but thank you, Spirit. We received the signs. All right, let's go ahead and pull our last card now. So we are going to, oh, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and pull from this deck. Usually I pull a closing out card from the Divine Feminine Oracle, but we're going to use this deck today. This is the Self-Awareness card deck, and these are questions. And then on the other side of the deck are like journal prompts or just like quotes to reflect on and think about. Okay, so if you feel called to, after listening to this reading, if you have time, or Spirit saying make some time, take a few minutes to either just reflect on this question to yourself, just think about what the answer is to you personally, or if you have some time, get out your journal, get out a pen and paper, and journal about it. Okay. Wow. Oh my goodness. I can't wait to show you. This is the card that was sticking out. Wow, what passion am I ready to pursue? Yes. What passion am I ready to pursue? Yes, yes, yes. What passion are you ready to pursue, love? All right, your passions will continually lead you to your purpose. What passions have you put to the side, given up on, or buried? What passion is ready to come alive in you? Wow, so synchronistic, so beautiful. All right, today's soul action. Write a list of the passions to which you want to give life right now. Then journal how you can incorporate more of what you are passionate about into your daily life. Trust your soul's whispering and let your passions draw you towards your dream life. Yes, love. Yes. So go ahead and take some time today or tomorrow to answer the questions here. Journal about it, reflect on it, think about it. And as this comes out too, we already talked about it with these tarot cards up here. You already know what this passion is. And Spirit's saying now it's time to really get crystal clear on it and to start creating a plan. And like I said, this week is more about the Phoenix resting, the Phoenix reflecting, the Phoenix preparing, okay? And so in the coming weeks, as we close out eclipse season, that full moon in Libra on March 12th, and with all the planets starting to go direct again, we're in Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, those planets are going to start to go direct in April as well. That is the time to start implementing and start coming out about these passions that you're ready to share with yourself and with others around you. Okay, so get crystal clear on what this passion is. Stop making up those excuses. Stop putting it off. Stop waiting and expecting others to do it for you. It's time for you to do it for yourself, to embrace it for yourself, and to say yes to yourself and to these passions that are waiting for you. These passions want you just as much as you want them. Okay, and you are the one that these creative ideas, these passions, this path has selected. You're the one that was chosen to embrace, connect with, create this passion, this dream, this idea of yours. Okay, and so it's like you have big responsibility, but you don't have to look at it in that way of like being a big scary responsibility. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be passionate. It's supposed to be loving. Okay. And so, just journal on this. What makes you come alive? It's supposed to make you come alive. And the reason you don't feel alive right now is because you keep putting it off. You keep putting it off and waiting for others to do it for you. But once you relinquish that control, and you start to get your hands on it yourself, and you start to say yes to it yourself, magic is going to happen. You're going to step into your queendom. You're going to step into your kingdom. You're going to feel so alive, lit up with love, and really excited and passionate about life overall and the things that you're exploring and the things that you're creating. And it's also going to help to advance or like sort of help your development of your sense of well-being, and the blessings that you're wanting to receive in life as well. Okay. So, I love that so much, loves. Thank you so much for being here with me today, love. That's it for your reading today. So if you enjoyed this reading, please let me know in the comments down below and give this video a thumbs up. And if you would like to book a personal reading, I am booking personal readings right now. I'm not talking too much about it, but you can schedule a personal reading with me through my Instagram at selfunity. Just go ahead and shoot me a DM. I also have some reviews on my story highlights over there if you want to check those out. But just send me a DM at selfunity on Instagram, and we can get you set up with a private reading as well. All right, loves, I'm sending you so much love and wishing you a beautiful day. Bye.